Traditions and celebrations in Egypt are deeply rooted in the background of the land. They weave time-honored customs with Islamic, Coptic Christian, and modern influences. These traditions symbolize the cultural mosaic and social fabric of Egypt. Coffee cup reading, or tasseography, has long existed in Egyptian cultural traditions, particularly among women in urban centers like Cairo and Alexandria. The practice usually follows the drinking of Arabic or Turkish-style coffee, where the grounds settle at the bottom of a small cup. After finishing the drink, the person turns the cup upside down onto the saucer and lets it cool. Once the cup is turned upright again, a reader interprets the patterns left by the coffee grounds. These shapes are believed to reveal aspects of the person's past, present, or future. The reading may touch on relationships, travel, financial prospects, or hidden emotions. It's often done in social settings, blending spiritual curiosity with intimate conversation. In Egypt, Fridays hold a special place in the weekly rhythm, being both a religious and social day of rest. Around midday, the call to prayer signals the start of the most important congregational prayer of the week. Once the spiritual obligations are fulfilled, families often come together for a shared meal. This gathering usually includes extended relatives, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, all sitting around a large table or on floor cushions in traditional households. The atmosphere is relaxed and joyful, filled with conversation, laughter, and updates on everyone's lives. Meals tend to be generous and home-cooked, often featuring classic dishes such as molokhia, mashi, stuffed pigeons, grilled meats, and rice. It's common to see fresh salads, pickles, and warm baladi bread on the side. Tea or sweet desserts like basbousa or kunafa may follow. Egyptian National Day, celebrated on July 23rd, marks the anniversary of the 1952 revolution led by the Free Officers Movement that ended the monarchy and established a republic. It's a day deeply rooted in pride and nationalism, centered around themes of independence, military valor, and the legacy of change. Traditionally, the day is commemorated with military parades, patriotic speeches, and public festivities. National media plays a significant role. Television and radio channels air documentaries, interviews with veterans, and revolution-era music to stir national pride. Iconic songs by singers like Kulthum and Abdul Halim Hafez are replayed as part of the cultural remembrance. As the holy month of Ramadan unfolds, families rise before dawn for suhoor and fast until sunset, devoting their days to prayer and reflection. At night, lantern-lit streets come alive as people gather for iftar, sharing meals filled with traditional dishes. Especially beloved are katayef, syrupy pancakes stuffed with cheese or nuts. When Ramadan ends, Eid al-Fitr begins with joy, gift-giving, and charitable acts to include everyone in the celebration. Kak cookies, dusted in powdered sugar, add sweetness to the occasion. Later comes Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, commemorating Ibrahim's devotion. A sheep or goat is sacrificed, and the meat is shared, symbolizing compassion and unity. Mawlid al-Nabi, the Prophet Muhammad's birthday, follows. Streets glow with lights, and children sing songs that blend faith and folklore, celebrating his enduring teachings. Coptic Orthodox Christians trace their faith to Saint Mark, who brought Christianity to Egypt in the 1st century. The church preserves ancient rituals and the Coptic language in its services. Coptic Christmas is celebrated on January 7th. At midnight, churches fill for Mass, followed by gift-giving and traditional meals like fatah, a rich dish of rice, bread, and garlic meat broth. In spring, both Christians and Muslims celebrate Sham el-Nessim with outdoor picnics, dyed eggs, and fasik, a strong-tasting fermented fish rooted in ancient tradition. In August, the Feast of the Virgin Mary inspires pilgrimages to churches like Cairo's Hanging Church, where prayers and celebrations honor her legacy. These feasts shape the spiritual rhythm of Coptic life. Egyptian marriages are vibrant and joyful celebrations that often span several days. One of the first major pre-wedding traditions is Laylat al-Henna, or Henna Night. This is an intimate and joyful evening dedicated to the bride. Surrounded by close female relatives and friends, the bride has intricate henna designs applied to her hands and feet. These patterns, rich in symbolism, are believed to bring good luck, protect against the evil eye, and bless the bride with happiness in her new life. When the actual wedding day arrives, one of the most exciting and anticipated customs is the Zaffa, a vibrant and noisy wedding parade. This procession announces the couple's union with great fanfare, featuring a traditional orchestra. The Zaffa leads the newlyweds into the wedding venue, creating an atmosphere of pure celebration. During the ceremony, and often presented to the bride, is a collection of gold jewelry, a deeply symbolic and traditional gift. These ornate pieces are not only beautiful, but also represent wealth, security, and prosperity. No Egyptian wedding would be complete without a lavish feast. The banquet is a grand affair, featuring a variety of traditional dishes that reflect the richness of Egyptian cuisine. Sebou is an Egyptian celebration held on the seventh day after a baby's birth. The word Sebou itself means seventh in Arabic, referring to the timing of the event. The ritual is deeply symbolic. It typically involves a festive gathering of family and friends where the baby is introduced to the community. A key part of the tradition is the act of walking the baby through the house while shaking a sieve filled with grains or salt, meant to ward off evil spirits and ensure protection. Often, the baby is carried on a decorated tray or held by a female family member, while people sing traditional songs and make loud celebratory noises, believed to make the child brave and accustomed to sound. Guests bring gifts for the newborn, usually gold jewelry or money, and traditional foods are served. One common sweet associated with the event is mogli, a spiced rice pudding, often decorated with nuts and coconut. Candles and colorful decorations enhance the celebratory atmosphere. In addition to Sebou, Postnatal Aqiqah is also celebrated shortly after the birth of a child. During the event, an animal, often a sheep or goat, is sacrificed as part of the ritual. The meat is then distributed among relatives, friends, and those in need, symbolizing generosity and blessings. The timing usually aligns with the first week after birth, marking an important cultural and spiritual milestone for the newborn and their family. This practice reflects deep-rooted values of community, thankfulness, and the hope for the child's well-being and prosperity. In Egypt, the concept of the evil eye, commonly referred to as Nazar in broader Middle Eastern and Mediterranean cultures, is deeply woven into daily life, belief systems, and cultural practices. The underlying idea is that envy or excessive admiration, even when unintentional, can bring harm, misfortune, or bad luck to the person or object admired. This belief is especially strong when someone praises a person, child, possession, or success without invoking protection. One traditional phrase often uttered is "Mashallah," meaning what God has willed, used to acknowledge beauty or success while attributing it to divine will, thereby neutralizing jealousy. Another is Allah Yabarek, meaning to bless and protect. Amulets and talismans are also prevalent. The most common is the blue glass bead, featuring an eye-like symbol, believed to reflect back harmful energy. This charm is frequently found hanging in homes, cars, over shop entrances, or worn as jewelry. Sinai Liberation Day in Egypt is marked every year on April 25th. It commemorates the final withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Sinai Peninsula in 1982, following the Egypt-Israel peace treaty. The day carries deep national pride, reflecting a sense of resilience and a successful diplomatic and military effort. The occasion is usually celebrated with patriotic displays. Military parades and cultural programs often include music, dance, and films showcasing the history of the Sinai conflict and the peace process. Media outlets highlight stories of soldiers and martyrs, reinforcing themes of sacrifice and unity. It's also a public holiday, giving families time to relax or travel. Egyptian traditions, from the symbolic art of coffee cup reading and the vibrant celebration of weddings, offer a vivid glimpse into the nation's enduring cultural values. Have you ever experienced any of these Egyptian traditions? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.